Good morning. How are you? I did a couple of posts in the past week about the connection between trauma and your health, specifically your health, although trauma will affect all parts of your life. And I wanted to talk about that today a little bit more than just a post, right? So trauma does not have to be like with a capital T, like a major terrible event, although those certainly do happen in life and they qualify for this conversation. But trauma can also be anything. My boy's on my lap. Trauma can also be anything that impacts your nervous system, usually in a negative way. Well, not usually, in a negative way, right? So anything that you perceive as threatening, that elicits the types of emotions like fear, anger, even grief, so especially if you're young and you lose a parent, something like that. So trauma is anything that causes that kind of response. And then sometimes we move through it just fine, but a lot of times it stays in our nervous system. And that's when it becomes a problem. Okay, get down, buddy. So what happens is, if the event causes us to make a decision about ourselves, like, oh, I'm now alone in the world is scary, or people can't be trusted, I need to be hyperly vigilant, or I'm not lovable, that person wouldn't have done that to me. If I were lovable, I must not be lovable. So it can cause us to make a decision about ourselves as a way of protecting against something like that happening again. It also can happen many times and be like chronic trauma. So growing up in an alcoholic household, or being in a relationship like with a narcissist. And so we, are constantly walking on eggshells. And so that chronicness keeps the nervous system off kilter. The nervous system is the master operator of the body. So when the nervous system, when you're staying in those emotions, the nervous system says there's a problem, we're on guard. And that affects all the other systems of the body, digestive system, endocrine system, your hormones get wonky, you have digestive issues, your immune system, you get sick a lot, you're not gonna fight anything that enters your body very well or as well as you could. Even how you feel, like joyful, excited, you're on guard and you're stuck in that place. Now what happens is, in terms of your health, when we are having those systems be impacted and then we're not using our body the way it's meant to run, all these systems are getting thrown off by this chronic stress. Now the health gets impacted, and now you have a health issue. You're going to the doctor, you're doing what you need to do, what you know to do, you're changing your diet, you're taking supplements, you're trying to exercise, you're doing all the things, but the health issue doesn't fully get better. Now that becomes trauma. And so now you're in a cycle. You're in a cycle where something that happened to you in the past or happened over time got your body in a certain place, it affects your health, and now your health is putting you back in that trauma place. So the good news is trauma can be healed. You can definitely, address that and clear that trauma out of your body, and then your health and your body will respond. But if you haven't been doing that, and sometimes people are afraid, it doesn't have to be a scary thing where you have to go back into the traumatic event. You don't need to do that, but you need to help your nervous system calm down, and you need to clear that out of your body. So make sure, if you're having issues, whether it's in your health or you just don't really even feel that happy, or you feel chronically stressed, look at the past trauma, because it's keeping you in that place now. And if you need help, reach out, send me a comment. It's what I do. Okay? Have a great day.